Hello, everyone. Um, Saturday was was an interesting day. I hope everyone enjoyed the games. Bit weird. Thought it was a bit of a weird start, slow start. I thought the Colts probably killed themselves in that game. I thought they should have won that game. To be fair, yesterday, um, they got 3 drives in the red zone. I think they come away with 6 points. You're not going to get it done against the Bills with that. So yeah, I thought the Colts were unlucky. I predicted the Rams to win that game. Seattle were broken, and everything happened that I thought would happen in that game. Bit annoyed that I faded Akers on DraftKings now in a few slots. And yeah, Heineke looked good for the team, but yeah, Brady done the job as usual. So yeah, it was an interesting slate. I had a bad bit of well, I just said it, I done on DraftKings basically. I had a bad evening. I was down on the evening, definitely. So it's important to let everyone know when you lose and let everyone know when you win. Thankfully, I did have a Zach Pascal anytime touchdown come in, so that more than paid for my evening. But yeah, I was disappointed really. The DraftKings slate was weird. Rojo killed me. I think I had a lot of Rojo and a lot of John Brown, both put up goose eggs. So Tyler Higbee as well, another one. I did say on the video yesterday, didn't I, that one of them tight ends for the Colts would break the slate, and it happened to be Jack Doyle. Fair play to you if you went to that. I mean, it was written in the stars, so to speak. One of them was always going to go off, and Jack Doyle was the one to do it. I just couldn't get involved in it. But I mean, even I think I played Trey Burton in one showdown captain mode. I did actually. Yeah, I played Trey Burton, and he had a nice day on DraftKings as well. So I'm not too sure what Mo Ali Cox DraftKings score was, but even he was catching stuff out there. So the Bills have got a lot, like going forward. The Bills, if they play the Chiefs, Travis Kelce, I think, will be the first name on my DraftKings lineups that week, because they cannot defend tight ends to save their lives, basically. Anyway, we're going to build another one today. Let's try and win some money today. Our DraftKings team charity build yesterday ended up with 140 points. That is not going to get it done on DraftKings. You're not going to win anything at that points wise. It was a bad day. Like I say, we put John Brown in that team. We have Rojo, so we had 2 goose eggs, and we had Higbee. I think Higbee scored about 3 points. So it was a disappointing day for the charity build, but we'll go again. We'll try again today, and then we will try again next week. I'm going to try and get some guests on going forward. Guys, any questions, any comments that you think I should be putting in, like players, etc., that you want to recommend, give me a shout, and I will get them. I would take a look at the price, etc. But yeah, hopefully next week we can get a guest on with us and do that going forward. But let's take a look then. It's an interesting state today. Sorry, I had to have some coffee there, but I like some of the plays. I like there's some plays I don't like. I've actually been using Joe Holker's line movement spreadsheet today, which is a first for me. It's a bit different, but it does allow you to see a lot of the stats going into the games. And on his model, Big Ben is projecting to be the nicest QB on this slate, points total wise. So, I mean, I'm not against putting Big Ben in here today, but we will get to QB in a minute. The RBs is where I want to start, as I normally do. I mean, Derek Henry priced up as he should be. Can I put him in this lineup? Not at that price. I mean, that's just too much. I mean, he's going to be chalky as well. Like, he's going to be probably 99% owned on DraftKings. But I'm actually going to fade and go a little bit more down in price, and I'm going to go with Alvin Kamara. I think Alvin Kamara will have a nice day against the Bears. I'm projecting the Saints get up big early. I think Trubisky will probably throw a pick. So I'm projecting the Saints to use Alvin Kamara, a lot in this game. So yeah, he's an easy first person to put on this roster straight away for me. I did look at Nick Chubb the other day. I'm not too sure. I don't know if someone in the chat can tell me if Jack Conklin's out. Again, it's a nice price for Chubb, but if Conklin's out, I'm very worried. I think he may have gone to the COVID protocols. I'm not too sure. Conklin One of the reasons why I faded Derrick Henry this year in season long, it was Conklin, because he's such a great run blocker on the O line. So, I mean, if someone can let me know if he's out, that would be very handy. But Dobbins is a nice play. The problem with Dobbins in this slate is he's splitting a lot of carries still with Gus Edwards. I like J.K. Dobbins. People know that from dynasty aspect, etc. But the problem is that Gus Edwards is still getting like 10 carries per game. So there is a worry there. I mean, you could pay that. They're enticing you in here with James Conner and Kareem Hunt's price. I do like Kareem Hunt's price at 4,800. Out of the two Cleveland backs, if I had the choice, I would probably play Hunt in this game. Conner, I cannot play. I'd be interested to see what his yards per carry are at the minute. I don't expect them to be great. He's had a poor season. I mean, maybe we just eat the chalk, go with Dobbins. I am worried, but maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe Dobbins, and I mean, when they've been splitting the carries anyway, I think Dobbins has been getting like 80, 90 yards in games anyway and touchdowns. So I think we'll go with Dobbins. So we'll start off with our two RBs and we'll go with Kamara and Dobbins. Let's move to the wide receiver then. It's already swapped over for me. Lovely. The wide receivers here. There's some nice plays. I mean, they're enticing you in with that price on Michael Thomas. I'm very inclined to put him in at that price. I just think it's such a nice price. Higgins down here I like as well at 4,100. Nice price. Corey Davis went for 113 yards in week 11, against Baltimore. So again, it's a nice price. Claypool is a nice price, probably the Pittsburgh receiver that I will be going to. And I think we'll start with Claypool. It's a nice play. We get the deep bomb aspect with Claypool and the touchdown upside. Juju's been a little bit banged up, so that's something to monitor. Deontay Johnson, very high in price. I'm not going to kill you if you're going to want to play Deontay. He's the wide receiver one on that team. But I think Claypool offers us upside here with the deeper bombs. I like Marquise Brown at this price as well. This is a nice price. Again, it's a very risky play, Marquise Brown. Last time the Ravens played the Titans in week 11, it was a great matchup. Again, it's a great matchup. He put up a 0 in that matchup. So it's a scary thought to go there, and maybe something we come back to. But I am going to put in Michael Thomas at that price. I just can't get away from it. It's such a nice price. And if the Saints win, they do it with Kamara and Thomas, right? There's no other way they do this. The Saints should win that game. The tight ends, let's have a look here. I mean, again, I was on the Vance McDonald train last week. I said we had him in our lineup because Ebron was out. So it's pretty straightforward for me. I will take a look at the others, but I am going to stick Ebron in. It's pretty straightforward at that price, the matchup, etc., the touchdown upside. He's getting a lot of looks in the red zone as well, Ebron. So it's a no-brainer at that price, really. Corey Davis' birthday, if that sways you. Yeah, it does, actually. I like Corey Davis in this game. I like the Tennessee passing game in this game more than Derrick Henry. I can't get up and pay for Derrick Henry at that price. I think Corey Davis will. Hopefully, we can fit him into this lineup. We'll see how we go. But let's just get back to the Titans quickly. I mean, I think you're going in risky ground here. If you're going to go with Cole Kmet, Jimmy Graham, kind of like Johnny a little bit, but for the extra 500, it's Ebron. Vance McDonald didn't let us down last week. Ebron is seeing so many red zone targets, and I know we've got 2 Saints and 2 Steelers in at the minute. That's not a bad thing. Sometimes it's better to be different. Like I said yesterday, it is better to be different on DraftKings. That's why you need to look at these projected ownerships of players. So it is better to be different. Let's get the DST in. Let's get that out of the way because it kind of leads us into how much money we're going to have left to spend. And I like the Ravens. I know I said I like the Titans passing game, but that doesn't mean I don't think Tannehill will throw a pick. The Ravens got really healthy on defense. They've got Calais Campbell back. Yannick Ngakwe's back for this game, which is one of the reasons why I think they stopped the run a little bit better than they have done in the past against the Titans, which could cause Tannehill to start throwing a bit more, and there's always risk with that. So I like the Ravens. That's a nice price in the middle. I can't pay down any of these others. The Browns, the secondary is poor. The Bears, I like the Bears D, but I prefer what the Saints offer me in that game, to be fair. And the Titans, I can't. I think the Ravens win this game, and I think the Ravens will win it quite comfortably. So let's we'll chuck the Ravens in, and we'll see how much money we got left. Oh, we got some crap coming up on my computer. So we've got nearly 5,500 per player. Let's get the QB in, and then that really leaves us with what we can and what we can't do. And I want to stack Ben in with this. Like I say, Ben, he's been good this year. Bit of a stretch in December with the Steelers, but they kind of got back on track in the last 2 weeks of the season. And Ben needed that rest, and he's had it now. And I mean, Baker at that price, but Baker's a very risky play. You know, he can have a very good game, or when it goes bad with Baker. So I'm going to go with Ben. We'll stick Ben in. We've got the stack now with Claypool and Ebron. I like that. And we've got Kamara and Thomas in. So we've got roughly 5,150. Let's get this third wide receiver in. And I think we go with Corey Davis. We kind of got to have a piece of that Tennessee team. Corey Davis went for the 113 yards. It is his birthday, as we know. So we'll stick Corey Davis in the third wide receiver position. Sorry, and that leaves us 5,500 left. I mean, we could go with Juju, but we're not going to. Juju's beaten up as well, so I'm a little bit worried with Juju in that game. There's so many here. I mean, like I said, I like Marquise Brown as a big boom bust guy. If I put him in, I will be moving into one of these wide receiver positions though, because I want that flex spot open always. So Michael Thomas would move into that because he's the most pricey receiver I've got in there. So Brown is one. He's on my list. Kareem Hunt, like I said earlier, is on my list. I like Kareem Hunt. I kind of want a piece of the Browns in this game as well. It's kind of like what I said with the Ravens game. I've got the running back in Dobbins, and I've got Corey Davis in. So yeah, them two games especially, I kind of want a bit of both. If I'm going to go with the Bears, do we pay down and get Miller in with who's that for Mooney? With Mooney out, I that's a very risky play, and I think there'll be a lot of teams with Miller in that are playing Derrick Henry. So I like Higgins at this price. Is Higgins the option? Are Cleveland going to have to throw? Kareem Hunt hasn't. What is his game log in the last few weeks? Let's just have a look at this. So Pittsburgh last week, he got 37 rushing yards. Wow, 1 receiving yard. That's not nice at all. He has been a bit quiet down the stretch, Kareem Hunt, which is it's kind of like they phased him out of the offense a little bit, which is concerning. I think we go with Rashard Higgins. As I say, I want a piece of the Browns, and Marquise Brown does. I like Marquise Brown. Like I say, he's been scoring touchdowns, but he does worry me. I want a piece of the Browns in this game. We're going to go with We're going to go with Rashard Higgins, and that is the last game as well. So, worst case scenario with that, I don't know what would if we took Higgins out. Let me just have a look. So we've got 5,500. We took Higgins out. So we could pivot to Juju. If we find ourselves down, we could pivot back to Juju anyway. Say Marquise Brown does go off, we could pivot back to Juju. So it's a nice play if we stick to that third game in the flex. So we'll stick Higgins in. Higgins has been pretty decent this year. It's been touchdowns as well. Look, four touchdowns in the season there. Oh, sorry. I thought it was 4 touchdowns in one game then, for some reason. Baltimore, he's got 1-1. Yeah, we'll stick Higgins in. We'll see what happens. It may be something I pivot away from a bit later on. Maybe I just go for a full Steelers whack in the game with Juju as well. But we'll see how we're doing after the first 2 games, and then we'll see what we have to do to get up. But that is the team. I will share that on Twitter later. So yeah, it's a nice team. Anyone else got any predictions for today? I don't know. I think today's games are a little bit better personally than what we saw yesterday. I was a bit disheartened yesterday with the NFL. I nearly turned off the Rams Seahawks game because it was terrible. I thought the Rams had bet with Wolford in actually, and I think there's something seriously up with Jared Goff at the minute. But I know he's obviously got the pins and he's fun, but there's something seriously. His confidence has gone. If it went for that day, they'd be in big trouble. But yeah, that is our team, guys. Let me know what you think, and hopefully we can win some money this week for charity. Cheers, guys.